Do you believe these cars are real? In the previous video, we witnessed how power in Monaco is expressed through silence, discipline, and controlled presence. Today, we move closer to the moments when billionaire queens arrive alongside exotic supercars, where luxury becomes a daily routine rather than a performance. Do you think these ladies appear exactly like the image you see here? Comment silence. If you believe restraint is what defines true luxury. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter of Monaco's refined lifestyle. Do you think designs like these will ever reach real-world production? Power in Monaco does not announce itself, it glides into view. The first clue is often the car not as transportation, but as a declaration made without words. A Bugatti Chiron represents absolute mastery of engineering, chosen by those who value perfection beyond practicality. A Ferrari SF90 reflects precision and modern ambition, signaling control over both speed and innovation. The Lamborghini Aventador, sharp and unmistakable, communicates confidence that does not ask for permission. Meanwhile, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan speaks a different language, entirely heritage discretion and generational wealth refined into motion. None of these vehicles seek attention through noise. Their presence is intentional, composed, and unmistakably authoritative. In Monaco, supercars function as quiet symbols of identity, revealing how power is curated rather than displayed. And as the engines fall silent, the focus shifts from the machines themselves to those who step out next. Before a single word is spoken, the atmosphere subtly recalibrates. These women enter space with an ease that cannot be rehearsed, shaped by familiarity rather than display. Their posture is relaxed, yet assured movements, economical expressions composed. Nothing competes for attention. Everything aligns. In Monaco, presence is not built through volume or speed, but through consistency, how one stands, pauses, and chooses when to move. What distinguishes these billionaire queens is not extravagance, but authorship of their own rhythm. They are neither hurried nor performative. A brief exchange of glances, a measured step forward, a calm acknowledgement of surroundings. Each gesture communicates confidence rooted in experience. This is a language learned over time, refined through repetition, and protected by discretion. Observers often mistake restraint for distance. In reality, it signals command, the ability to remain composed amid attention without reacting to it. Their authority is inward-facing, not dependent on validation. As they transition from arrival to motion, the narrative shifts again from who they are to how they move. And it is in that movement where the next layer of Monaco's refined code reveals itself. Clothing reveals meaning long before intention is explained. In Monaco, every outfit functions as a silent declaration, never accidental, never rushed. The women you see choose silhouettes and colors that reflect both mindset and taste. Those drawn to black often project authority and restraint. Here, black is not about display. It is carefully selected, suggesting control, clear boundaries, and confidence that requires no embellishment. Others favor neutral tones. Ivory beige, soft gray colors associated with calm judgment, balance, and long-term perspective. These shades blend effortlessly with Monaco's architecture and light, signaling harmony rather than contrast. Then, there are restrained accents of deep red or emerald, used sparingly to suggest decisiveness and inner strength without crossing into excess. Each variation tells a distinct story shaped by character rather than trends. What matters most is contrast within unity. Dresses differ in cut, texture, and color, yet all respect proportion and movement. Nothing overwhelms the wearer. Fashion becomes a form of self-governance, choosing what to reveal and what to withhold. As these visual cues flow through the streets, they prepare us for what comes next, how elegance transforms once motion begins. Comment one color you love most. The most revealing second is often the quietest one, the instant the door opens. In Monaco, arrival is treated as a discipline rather than a spectacle. Movements are measured angles considered timing exact. A foot meets the pavement without hesitation. Posture settles before the gaze lifts. Nothing is rushed and nothing seeks applause. This is control expressed through sequence. What happens first, what waits, and what never needs to happen at all. There is a practical elegance to the ritual. Hands free the door with economy, shoulders align, and weight shifts smoothly forward. Accessories remain secondary to balance and proportion. Even brief pauses serve a purpose to acknowledge space, to orient to proceed. Observers may miss these details, yet they form a pattern repeated by those accustomed to public presence without dependence on it. What defines this moment is restraint under attention. Cameras, glances, and ambient motion exist, but they do not alter behavior. The arrival completes itself before any reaction can interrupt it. And once the door closes and the curb is cleared, the story advances again away from the threshold and into motion, where precision gives way to rhythm and the streets begin to shape what follows. True luxury becomes most visible when it stops trying to be noticed. As these women move through Monaco's streets, elegance settles into a steady rhythm, unforced, uninterrupted, and entirely familiar. Their pace is neither hurried nor staged. Steps are even posture, relaxed attention, directed forward rather than outward. Walking here is not an entrance or an exit, it is continuity. What distinguishes this movement is ease within structure. Heels meet stone without adjustment. Handbags rest naturally, never clutched. Conversations flow at a low register, calibrated to proximity rather than performance. The street is shared, respected, and understood. This is the confidence that comes from repetition, knowing the terrain, the timing, and the unspoken rules that govern public space. Luxury in this context is procedural. It appears in how routes are chosen, how crossings are timed, how pauses occur without uncertainty. Nothing competes for attention because nothing needs to. The city becomes a backdrop, not a stage. As motion continues, interactions begin to surface. Glances, exchanged words, traded moments, shared signaling the next layer of the narrative. From solitary movement to social presence, Monaco reveals how composure carries forward when paths begin to intersect. Not every exchange needs an audience to carry weight. In Monaco, conversation unfolds as movement continues, brief, purposeful, and precisely timed. Words are shared without urgency, often mid-step, as if dialogue were another layer of motion rather than a pause from it. Voices remain measured. Gestures are minimal. Meaning travels efficiently without emphasis or display. What stands out is selectivity. Attention is given fully, then released. A nod replaces a paragraph. A glance concludes what language begins. These interactions reflect trust, confidence that understanding does not require elaboration. The street becomes a corridor of quiet signals where familiarity governs tone and discretion governs duration. There is elegance in knowing when not to speak. Silence functions as punctuation, allowing conversations to breathe without drifting. Even moments of laughter are contained, never spilling into excess. This is social fluency, refined over time how to remain open without inviting intrusion, how to connect without surrendering privacy. As groups converge and separate, rhythm replaces routine. Conversations taper naturally, steps realign, and attention shifts forward once more. What follows is not another exchange, but a broader perspective. How these individual moments assemble into a collective atmosphere. From dialogue to environment, the night reveals its final dimension, where presence merges with place and the city itself completes the story. Before anyone makes the choice, the city has already made one. In Monaco, the atmosphere quietly instructs behavior, how fast to move, how loudly to speak, how much to reveal. Light reflects softly off stone and water, compressing energy rather than amplifying it. The night does not invite excess, it rewards precision. This environment encourages composure. Space feels curated proportions. Intentional boundaries understood without signage. People respond accordingly. Movements slow, voices lower, decisions sharpen. Luxury here is not an accessory added to life. It is a condition created by surroundings that value order, continuity, and restraint. Even stillness carries intent. What emerges is a collective calm that feels earned, not imposed. The city becomes an unseen partner, shaping presence through context rather than rules. And as the streets settle into their final rhythm, the narrative draws toward its conclusion, where individual moments converge and Monaco's philosophy of quiet authority becomes fully visible. As the night in Monaco comes into focus, one truth remains clear. Real luxury is shaped by discipline, restraint, and consistency. From supercars to fashion, from movement to conversation, everything reflects a lifestyle built on control rather than display. What element stood out to you the most in this story of quiet power? Comment one word that captures your impression, or comment queen if this presence resonates with you. If you enjoyed this refined perspective, please like the video and subscribe to The Silent Lion. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next chapter. Hello everyone, this is our team. Here is our content creator, and here is our editor. We work day and night to deliver the best possible videos for you. We truly appreciate your support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Thank you for being with us.